Hey guys, this is Cam Frequency here to review the Skull Candy True Wireless Sesh Evo headphones. They retail at about $50. They come in different colors: black, yellow, blue, green. You can find these at Amazon or Best Buy or wherever they sell generally a large assortment of headphones. Uh, these headphones are budget, so as I said earlier, they retail at $50. Skull Candy is usually a budget headphone maker for people that want some cheap headphones and don't want to put up extra money to get any of them, which you don't really have to. They have very good sounding. A lot of companies have very good sounding headphones for good enough prices that are not in the $200-$300 price range. Mostly those are people who love music, because you really have to love music in order to spend about $300 on some headphones, or $200 for that matter. Don't think you should be spending anything above that if you really don't like music. But if you just a general casual listener of music, some headphones will do just fine, and these I think do that really well. I think at least as well as you can for the prices at. They come in looking like this. They come in the box, outside of the box, in this weird packaging that's generally not what the usual headphones I get come in. You kind of have to pop them out, put them back in the case, which is usually in this slot. And when you put them in the case, you take them back out, and they instantly start to begin pairing, which is why they're flashing red and blue at this point, because I don't have them paired to my phone at the moment. But generally, they flash red and blue, you pair them, they connect. Generally, with more expensive headphones, you take them out, open the case, and voila, they begin syncing with your phone immediately. But with these, they go a little bit longer route, but they get to the same place all in the end, connected to your phone. Now, the fit on these headphones, they fit really well. I would say that the earbuds fit miraculously well in the ear. I've never had a problem fitting these headphones in my ear. They cup pretty good. I would say better than even my Galaxy Buds. My Galaxy Buds are trash with staying in my ears for a long period of time. Generally, they tend to fall out. I've always had trouble finding fits for these ear cups on multiple different types of headphones, and these, they fit right out of the box. I think these are the large. They also come in two other sizes, small and medium. They come in this little baggie along with this USB cord. I didn't really have to change them because, like I said, they fit in my ear pretty well. I have some small ears, so I thought these cupped in there just fine. I didn't have any problem when I shook my head or when I went running. There wasn't really much of a problem with these. The only thing I can say else about the fit is that they generally don't really have much room. So if you're one of those people that don't like the super fit, or like just the complete covering of your ear canal, you may want to try a smaller size, because these things just stick. They really do stick, at least for me. The sound quality, these are Skull Candies, so they're known to be a bit bass heavy. Skull Candies always have bass, real heavy on the bass. These, they're no exception. They shoot out the largest amount of bass I've ever heard. Some people like that, some people don't. They're not too overbearing, but they do put out a lot of bass. I'll say that much. But me, like I said, I don't like those types. But for general listeners, I think these will do just fine. I don't think there's any problem with them. There's only 3 EQ modes: music, movie, and podcast. The the way to change them is a little complicated that I'll go into a little bit in a little while, because there is a big problem with that. But other than that, they sound really well for $50 headphones. Really don't have a problem with them. The battery life on these things, they're good. They last about 4 hours. 4 hours and 30 minutes, about what they state on the box. They don't have a problem lasting a decent amount of time. The case, they say it lasts 20 hours total. Well, I believe them. I've tested them a little bit, got them to about maybe 20%, maybe the second. And that was over, like, I don't know, I'd say a good 8 hours before I fully charge, 8 or 9 hours before I fully charge them again. So they last a pretty decent amount of time. Nothing too crazy, but generally in the same realm as any other earbuds you might buy. And good for this price range. Now, the problems that I had while having these headphones. One, the one I was talking about earlier. Changing features on these headphones, such as the equalizer, are some of the most painful experiences I've ever had with headphones in my life. These are physical buttons. These buttons take a decent amount of pressure to push on. And as one of the features, they decided to change the equalizer. You have to push the button 4 times. To activate the assistant, you have to press it 3 times. Now, you can just imagine, as I said earlier, these headphones fit in your ear pretty well. At least for me. To have to push this button 4 times to change the equalizer is ridiculous. It's like pushing up against my ear canal, like just ramming it in there. It's absolutely terrible. I can't imagine why they would do that, but I guess with physical buttons, you have to have some limitations. And especially at this price range, you gotta have some limitations as well. But I mean, with 3 equalizer settings, I don't even think there's even a point to adding the changing of the equalizer. Might as well just kept it the standard, because it really didn't do much anyway, except maybe change a little bit of the bass output, and that didn't really change much either, because then it just ended up sounding like tin cans. So on podcast mode, so I wouldn't even consider even changing the equalizer button settings. Activating the assistant, why would I do that when I can simply just activate the assistant on my phone, or just say, hey Google, which leads me to another thing. These headphones have a hard time listening to anything because the call quality is utter garbage. The call quality sucks. You either sound robotic, or nobody can hear you, or what you're saying at all. I wouldn't really recommend them for calling anybody. I would just recommend them for listening, and that's about all they add up to. For $50, I think that works. That's generally what you're supposed to use these things for anyway, listening to music, and they do pretty well at that. Lowering the volume and raising the volume, because volume is separate from the phone itself. The earbuds have their own separate volume. You have to push the button twice, which is annoying too, but I mean, I don't understand why you would do that when you can just lower the volume on your phone. I really don't think it really makes a difference. At that point, it's just laziness. But yeah, these headphones, they're good. They're decent for headphones in this price range. I would recommend them for just casual listening, exercising. They don't fall out of your ears. They do a really good job of staying in. And they produce some decent sound for the price. No Galaxy Buds, and they are definitely no Sonys or Sennheisers, but they get the job done. And with that, this is the end of the review. If you like this video, you guys have been on YouTube for like years. You guys know what to do. If you don't, that's fine too. Doesn't really matter. Just here to showcase some decent headphones for a decent price. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.